Hey, welcome back to episode 3 of Daegu Diamond Talk. I'm your co-host JT.
And I'm Long Leg, and let's get started.
Let's get started. Let's do it.
Cheers.
All right, we've got 2 weeks in the books. Been a lot of good ball, not so great weather, but the ball is still there and we're rolling. Wanted to give a quick shout out to the support we've been getting, continued support we've been getting for the channel. Up to 29 subscribers, 62 hours of total watch time between the two videos. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been really good so far for us,
Mhm.
right? And we're only going to get better.
Only getting better. Cool. Lots to talk about. Let's just jump right into game recaps. So a lot going on. The 12 p.m. game. First game of the day was Alcoholics at Weekend Warriors.
Pretty interesting start to that one. Right from the get-go, it was kind of a weird game. The first batter of the game was Shane. And first pitch of the game, he hits the ball right at his own pitcher, Amanda, right off her shin. So, she's tough. She stayed in it the whole game. The coaches checked on her, and she wanted to play.
First pitch of the game.
First pitch.
That's crazy.
I think he might have missed on the next pitch, like a whiff.
And
I don't know if he was in his own head at that point or what was going on. Then second batter, Bobby Dalton. I think he pulled his groin running to first base. So first two batters,
back-to-back
injuries.
That's tough to start the game that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a quick reminder, obviously when you're pitching, do as best as you can to get behind that net. Like we've seen a lot of kind of, pretty bad hits, bad injuries. Or fortunately nobody's been like seriously injured, but big welts, big bruises. Like do as best you can to stay behind the net because that ball's coming fast and the net's not far away from the batter.
Especially, off of Shane's bat. I can't believe they played 10 seasons without the net. I don't know how they did that.
The first 10 seasons?
I think so. I think it was the first 10 seasons. Also, I think just like something to look out for captains. The field is usually being used when we get there, so I don't know if the first teams have enough time to warm up. So I think that those teams might see a lot of pulled quads, pulled hammies, that type of thing.
Do your best to stretch even before the first game.
Yeah. There's such a limited amount of time that they have. It's on that side area or somewhere. I don't know. We had another pulled quad off of Robin Seacats in the second inning too. So
yeah,
I think just be careful out there, everybody.
And one of the quotes of the game was, "That's what happens when your team's average age is 74," says Mr. Quinn Walker. So
that was a gem.
Yeah, careful out there running. If you're pitching behind the net, and we'll want to try and make it through the season as healthy as possible. It was raining, so slipping and sliding, maybe not throwing the ball as crisp as you would like, and just make sure you're stretching out there.
Anyways, let's get into some highlights from the first game, right? So starting in the first inning, we had Will Wickham continuing his hot streak, his hot start to the season.
Yeah, he's on a tear.
2-run home run to start the scoring for the game. But the Warriors battled back, put up 5. So first inning, 2-5, Weekend Warriors.
5 Warriors. Yeah, Warriors. Warriors were coming off a week 1 loss, so they came out screaming in the first inning and looking to play hard and even their record.
Nobody wants to go 0-2.
Nobody wants to go 0-2. And this, continue on with the game breakout in the second.
Sure. So in the second inning, we had 2 triples by the Weekend Warriors. One from Matty Campbell, one from Paul Groba. So they plated 2 in the inning. 2-7 Warriors after 2.
2-7 Warriors after 2.
Put up another 5 in the third inning. So it's 12-2. The game's getting a little out of hand there for the Alcoholics.
And I think, when you get a couple injury scares like that early on, it can maybe, it can throw off the momentum of the game and for your team, right? So, and I think if I remember right, after Bobby's injury, he was like done playing.
Yeah, they pulled him from the game.
Yeah, Amanda stayed in it though, right?
She did. She did. But Bobby was making the wings, which are really tasty.
Yeah, so Bobby got to cooking right after that, and Seacats also stayed in the game.
He stayed in the game.
Continue on in the fourth. Warriors keep pounding. Quinn Walker with a home run. Groba with another triple. So we're talking 2 triples for Groba.
It's a good day.
And that's another 5 runs for Warriors. 2-16 after 4.
We had to go start warming up for our game. We were in the second game after that, so we didn't really see much of how it ended. Right?
Yep, but the final was 20-6. Weekend Warriors. Looked like the Weekend Warriors had 35 hits, so they. I think it was looking over the score sheet.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one standout performance. It was everyone
up and down
throughout the lineup. Everyone doing their part.
RBIs here, RBIs there.
3 hits here, 4 hits here.
Team effort.
Full team effort. So, congrats to the Warriors on that big win.
But some standouts, I guess, on the alcoholic side again. Throw it back to Will Wickham. Went 2 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs. Bergen's hitting right after Will. He had a couple doubles and a triple, but Will was clearing the bases, so not much for Bergen to drive in there.
Not a lot to hit in.
No, probably some good defense with him too. And rookie shout out, Vanessa Bruce, 2 singles, and she's having a good start to her DSL time.
Very nice. Nicely done, Vanessa.
Yeah.
And standouts from the Warriors, again, balanced attack, but just to highlight a couple players. Cats 5 for 5, 5 hits. I believe he's batting 1,000 to start the season. Nice. So Cats hopefully
get some rest this week.
Yeah, rest up, and hopefully you're healthy come this Saturday. Garland with 4 hits. So great performance by Garland. I think he had a double and a couple singles there.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then Groba, another all-around day, 2 triples, and he's starting to stretch out those doubles and turn them into triples. Groba turning back the clock a little bit.
Turning back the clock, or he's learning how to hit from his son, right?
Yeah, Jasper's showing him the ropes.
Yeah.
Cool. And before we started the second game, I actually had the chance, the privilege of interviewing Dan Skrzena. We'll call him Dan S. I've gotten it right. I've gotten it wrong, the last name. But I had a chance to interview Dan before we played them. So let's get to that interview right now. Okay, this is our Athlete Spotlight Special. I'm here with Dan Skrzena from the Jaeger Bombers. Dan, how you doing today?
Not too bad. We're looking for a win today. We lost last week.
Yeah, so we're here spectating the first game. We're actually playing in the second game.
Yep.
Breaking Bat versus Jaeger Bombers. What do you want out of this game? What's your mindset coming into game 2?
Last week I saw a lot of bad defense all around the league. This year, this game, we need to step it up and play better defense. I think our defense lost it last week. We were winning going into last inning, and we gave it away.
Yeah, so you come from an extensive baseball background, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and a lot of that is on the coaching side and also playing. So someone having you on their team, I mean, that's a huge advantage, I would say, right?
Yeah. I'm always analyzing things and seeing what's going on and wanting to be a coach sometimes, but he's the coach behind the camera.
So how many seasons you've been playing on the DSL?
This is my 4th season, and I've played for a different coach each time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like that? Kind of mixing it up, playing with new players?
I suppose, yeah. And I won it last year on the Wannabes. So, yeah.
Yeah, we saw you in the finals.
And we beat them. And my first year, we made it to championship game. So 2 of my 3 years, I made it to championship game.
Okay, so, I mean, we'll make it. Are you going to try and make it through this year?
We'll try to start off 1-1, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, cool. And what keeps you coming back out to the league? What do you like most about the DSL?
To be honest, I've been here 11 years in Korea, and this is my 4th year in the league. Before playing for softball, I was playing in Korean baseball leagues where I was the only foreigner.
Yeah.
My Korean is still not up to snuff, and I would just be twiddling my thumbs on the bench, not really speaking to anybody. Yeah. When I started playing in this league, playing with foreigners, speaking English all I want.
Yeah.
Drink a beer occasionally, eat some food, have a good time.
And you probably met a lot of great people.
Sure. That's why seeing everybody every week is great.
And last question for you, Dan. I know you got to start warming up soon. We're gonna be playing you. Would you recommend this league to other people?
Oh, most
that
definitely.
Are looking to get into playing sports or just kind of wanting to make new friends in Korea?
Yeah, even if whether you're an athlete or not, it's always great to come out here and meet new people, learn to play, learn the game. Yeah, I totally recommend it.
Cool. And you're a Samsung Lions fan. Cool.
I am. Samsung fighting.
All right. Dan, thank you for the interview, man. Good luck today. A little bit of good luck.
Yeah, a little bit.
And best of luck out there.
All right, thank you.
All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Cool, and we're back. We're going to break down the second game of the day. It was a 2 p.m. game. So really good weather for the first game. No, there was some
maybe a little drizzle,
scattered clouds here and there. They were looking a little dark, but it looked like we were going to get lucky.
Yeah.
But once that 2 p.m. game started the rain.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that was the game we both took part in, Greg.
Yep.
Breaking Bat versus Jaeger Bombers. It was the one rainy game that got sandwiched in between the two dry games, so we just got lucky and just kind of had to play through the rain.
Thank God it was at this park and not Hyojin, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know how Hyojin got in the rain.
I'd say this park, even with it raining as much as it has been, it's less slick.
It was manageable.
It was
Yeah,
manageable.
no slips in our game.
I didn't see
think.
many people like falling, slipping, any bad slides.
No. There was an intentional slide that we'll get into later.
But you know how Hyojin is on like rounding first base.
It's like an ice rink.
When it's slippery. All right, so cool. That game got started. We batted first, Breaking Bat. We were the away team. Also wanted to mention we didn't have any reserves, any subs. So all 10 of our players were playing every single inning on defense. And we had to bat Brandon So twice. So he's batting, I think, something like 5th and then also batting like 11th.
At the end of the lineup.
Yeah. So like, just wanted to point that out.
So he was originally on the stat squares, but once they found out that he was playing twice, they pulled him off of stat squares.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
No insider trading going on here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
we had a slow start to the game. Pretty good defensive start to the game. I think you guys put up 1 in the first inning.
Also wanted to mention, in that first inning, Mia, she was batting second, had a hit, was running through first, trying to leg out the hit. I forget if she was out or safe, but she did end up coming up with an injury. I think it was like a hamstring. Or something
a lot of
like
that so far.
So yeah, a lot of injuries this week.
Again, make sure you get there early enough to get your stretches in, and
but she was tough. She battled through and ended up finishing the game for us.
She had a good game, I think.
Yep. So it was very slow first inning or two. Not a lot of runs.
One run here, one run there.
In the third inning, both teams broke it open with 5 runs each in the third.
Right.
So after 3, it's 6-7 JB, 6-7 Jaeger Bombers.
3 of those runs for the for Breaking Bat came off of a 3-run home run by you.
Oh, okay.
I know you weren't going to say it, but I'll let them know.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, 6-7 Jaeger Bombers after 3.
6-7 Jaeger Bombers after 3. In that first inning, Mia wasn't able to play defense, so we had to split the outfielders a little bit, only play 4 in the outfields. But she was tough enough to come back in the second and continue the game, and she played first base for us for the rest of the game. So
good for her.
Shout out Mia for toughing that out,
giving it a shot.
Hopefully you rest up this week, and we'll get you back on Saturday.
After the third, it's a slow, another couple innings again.
4th and 5th.
Small ball.
Yeah.
It
was rainy.
We were still like tormented by Hyojin, right? We don't really know how to play on a field that can
maybe a little more timid, right? Rounding the bases a little slower.
Yeah.
Maybe the ball's not coming off the bat as hard as it should be, right?
Not a lot of pop, right? You're afraid to run to leg out that double.
But a lot of times when it's raining like that, sometimes the defense can start making errors, but everyone was making pretty crisp plays on the defensive side. Good catches in the outfield.
Yeah, a lot of smart baseball.
A nice sliding catch by Brandon So, left field. I think that was a 4th, 5th, something like that.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah. I asked him if he only tried that because it was raining. He said, yeah.
Oh, to slide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew it would be a nice, smooth type of slide.
He's been playing a really good left field for us. So shout out Brandon. Nice catch for you, buddy.
I wasn't even mad. I was like, okay. Yeah, that was pretty nice. You got to appreciate that.
So fast forwarding a little bit, it is 10-8 Breaking Bat after 6. So really it was really tight throughout.
Yeah.
When one team scored a couple, the other team scored a couple, and one team scores 5, the other team scoring 5. So it's 10-8. It
was a nice game.
After 6.
You guys are the home team, so starting off the 7th inning.
Away.
Right. You guys were the away team, batting first, starting off the 7th inning. How'd you guys do in the 7th?
We put up 5. I let off that inning. And then just everybody behind me just continued to hit. The hit that really stood out in my mind was a bases clearing triple by Quentin Stollery. I think we had about 2 on.
Yeah.
2 on and 2 out.
Yeah.
And it was a very clutch hit by him. It was a nice line drive to the outfield. And
center. Yep.
He was able to leg out a triple on that and score 2 runs. And I think the inning ended with the next batter after that. So it was a clutch hit by Stollery.
Yeah, we kind of felt that one on defense after that hit. Kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit, I want to say.
And then
but we did put up a couple of our own in the 7th, but just fell a bit short.
Mm-hmm.
So the final on that one,
15-10, 15-10 breaking bat. So tight defense.
Yeah.
But timely hits on both sides, and
you guys get your first win of the season, and we fall to 0-2.
Yeah, but you guys,
our first 2 games we played tough. It's just 7th inning defense in each game kind of just slipped away from us. So let's give out some shout outs, okay?
Yep.
I'll start with for breaking bat. We had Murray. He went 3 for 4, 3 runs and 3 RBIs. A good all around game for him,
and a nice a home run.
He did have a home run,
one that he legged out. I know it was a controversial call at the plate. It was bang bang.
Yep.
But
it stands. So congratulations to you, Murray.
Murray with the guts to leg that one out. Everyone was sending him, "Go Murray!" We needed that when he hit it. Like it was really tight.
That was one of those like 1 or 2 run innings, right? That was not in the 7th inning.
It was something. Maybe it was in the 6th.
I think so. That sounds right. Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was a nice timely hit for us. And that was my alarm. Okay, and anyways,
that means we're running out of time.
Let's turn that off. Sorry, that was a big distraction. Okay, Murray with a nice home run, and he got to wear the home run cap, I think, for the first time for him this season. So that was awesome. On your side, some good standout performers. Dan 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. So just another guy who's just as consistent as they come. I think he had some doubles, maybe some singles. Just a guy you want at the top of your lineup.
Great defense,
hits, and he's always going to get his runs and good defense. Always good defense from him at third. Rob Henry 3 for 3. So standout day for Rob,
leading the way as captains do.
Leading the way for the for the team, and then Tracy 2 for 3 with a run score. So Tracy with a couple nice hits. Nice job to you, Tracy.
Yeah, she's having a good start also. It's good to see her back and playing.
And now that we've recapped the second game, I also got to catch up with Foster teach Akira before the third and final game. And here's what he had to say. Okay, this is another athlete spotlight special of the week. I'm JT, and we got Foster teach Akira here with me on Good Times. Foster, you got the 4 p.m. game, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of hanging out. How you doing? How's everything going today?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Good weather football, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And how long you been playing at the DSL, Foster?
I think this is my 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been here 4 years.
We were teammates in the spring on Good Times.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
What other teams have you been on?
I was in Big Stick Energy for the first season.
Okay.
Then Good Times.
And then 3 Good Times.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also fall ball and the Jaeger Bombers.
And then fall ball Jaeger Bombers. Yeah. Okay, and you guys took the championship there.
Yeah.
All right, so Jason's he's got an eye for you. It looks like he wants to draft you every year. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard in the league, you're only progressing, right? So when you first came into the league, you didn't have maybe as much baseball, softball knowledge, and maybe and you've been developing the skills over time. Can you speak on that a little bit?
I think the thing that is developed most is my knowledge of the sport and the rules and all of that. I think I had to do a lot of scoring at baseball games with Dan
and learning the rules.
Yeah, learning the rules. I think that's pretty much what has improved the most. I think my first season wasn't very good. It was okay. Then my second season was pretty good. Third season and fourth season, we'll see.
And you're just getting better and better, right? So you're always improving.
Knowledge-wise, skills-wise, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're doing a fine job, Foster.
Thanks.
Foster, so what keeps you coming back out to the league? So you've played 4 seasons in a row. What do you like most about the DSL?
More than anything, the people. Like everybody's commented, the camaraderie and the friendship. We come from different places, and we have no business being friends and all of that, but we're here hanging out and we support each other. And even though we're on different teams, we're just like a big family.
All over the world, right? Different nationalities, and you're from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. Would you recommend the DSL to other people who are looking to get active in Korea and just looking to meet people?
I always recommend it to people. It's unfortunate that I'm not always very successful, but everybody who cares to listen, I always tell them to come to this place because that's where magic happens.
Well, everyone says you're a very kind guy and you've got a really good personality, Foster. Everybody would be lucky enough to have you on their team. So, and you do so much volunteering too. Like you're keeping score, you're setting up the field, you're taking it down. So we all appreciate all the work you do in the DSL.
Thanks. I'm glad somebody thinks that way of me.
So you got the 4 p.m. game. You're playing Cholo Hits. They're coming off a win. You guys are coming off a win. Someone's got to lose. Someone's got to win. Best of luck to you out there, and hope you guys do well.
Thank you. We'll do our best.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Foster.
Yes,
all right. Hope you liked what Foster had to say. Stand-up guy and one of a great personality in the league. Our third game was Cholo Hits at Good Times.
How'd this game feel?
This game felt like a pseudo playoff game. There was a lot of intensity in this one. You can tell both teams were really trying to win, right?
Both teams 1-0 going into today, our only undefeated matchup.
Both teams 1-0 going into it. I'd say this was the game of the week.
Yeah.
One that everyone wanted to stick around for. It was our 4 p.m. game.
I had fun watching it.
And
weather had cleared up by this point.
Weather had cleared up. Yep, from 2 to 4, nothing but rain. But right when it hit 4 o'clock,
I think actually as soon as the game ended, like the rain stopped.
And then they got our game ended so early that third game they got a full BP in, and Adam Aldred hit one out to left field.
He did.
Yeah. So, anyways, how'd that game start off, Greg?
So we had some good defense by the Good Times in the first inning. They shut down the Cholo Hits. And to start the bottom of the first inning, Paul Witt led the way with a 2-run home run.
As he does.
I think that's his third home run on the year, maybe? Second or third.
Something like that, yeah.
So at the end of the first, it's 0-2, Good Times.
And then Nash answers back. Eric Nash, 2-run homer, as steady as they come, and responds to even it 2-2 after 2. Cholo Hits then settles in with some good defense bottom of the second.
You know, we talked about Groba turning back the clock. So's Nash. He's been moving around very well this season.
Plays a great first base and one of the better pitchers, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Guy you always want to have on your team.
So third inning, a couple small ball hits, right? Each team put up 1. So after 3, score is tied 3-3.
3-3-3.
3-3-3.
And then Good Times said, okay, enough of that. Enough of this small ball. Let's score some runs. They put up 4, a lot of singles and doubles.
Passing the baton to the next person.
Over and over. And 3-7 after 4. Good Times. And they shut them down on defense.
Oh, very nice. They did get one back in the 5th, but the Cholo Hits started the 5th inning by putting up 5 of their own. So ending the 5th inning, score is tied again, 8-8.
So yeah, it was, again, at this point, everyone's watching the game.
Like a heavyweight fight, yeah.
I feel like music volume went down a little bit, and you could feel the intensity on the field at this point. It's like it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
And it was low scoring, and like it just really felt like a playoff game. Going into the 7th, it was 9-8 Cholo Hits. Singles and doubles, Cholos put up 5 in the top of the 7th. So then it's 14-8, yeah. And then 14-8, bottom of 7. Good Times put up a mini rally, scoring 3, and Cholos got their third out, and it was 14-11. Cholo Hits.
Good game, right? Pretty close game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into our picks later. I picked Good Times on that one just because we played them in week 1 and they were really impressive. But both teams impressive, and that leaves us with only one undefeated team, and that's Cholo Hits.
Oh yeah, that's a good matchup for next week. We'll get into that later, but well deserved. A Ruben-led team starting off 2-0 is pretty scary.
Yeah,
sometimes they kind of work themselves into a hole to start the season, but to start off 2-0. He knows what he's doing this season.
Some standout performers from that game. Cholo Hits, Wally, William Wally, 4 for 4, 3 RBIs, and playing a great third base over there. Shout out William. Eric Nash, 4 for 4. Mentioned him before, 3 RBIs. And Sweet Tea, 2 for 3 on the day. So very, very nicely done. Balanced attack from Cholo Hits.
And on the Good Time side, speaking of super rookies with Wally there, we had Brian Corrigan going 3 for 3, 3 RBIs with a home run of his own. So he plays outfield usually, right? He's moving around well out there, getting some hits.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting award race for this season.
Rookie of the Year award.
Yeah, between them and some others. There's a lot of good standouts. We had Madison, have we figured out St. Louis?
St. Louis.
St. Louis?
I think.
2 for 2. Again, great game. Madison. And Shalini Seuss is at a 2 for 3 with an RBI of her own. She's, again, having a great start to her season.
And she was looking fast out there last week. I think it wasn't just me who commented on that. It was other people.
Oh, she's a known speedster.
She was flying out there. She was giving a little bit more, a little bit extra, I think, last week. And
this game, the intensity,
she looked really fast. Yeah, just like really fast down the line to first, and yeah, lots of speed with her. So, all right, that's all 3 game recaps from week 2. It was a fun one. A lot lower scoring, and defenses were settling in compared to week 1.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's take a break. We're gonna hear a word from our sponsor, and have a listen. Daegu, get ready for some real heat on the field and in your glass. Fireball Whiskey is proud to sponsor the DSL, fueling big plays, big hits, and even bigger celebrations. Some pitchers throw fastballs, but nothing burns like a fireball. So whether you're rounding the bases or rounding up the crew after the game, keep the fire going with that smooth cinnamon spice. Fireball Whiskey, bringing the heat from first pitch to last call. Drink responsibly. Now, back to the video.
Thanks again for all the fun, Fireball. Let's get into our Players of the Week awards. This was a tight race for a couple awards this week. Starting it off with the height hit of the week. That goes to Brian Corrigan of the Good Times for his 7th inning 3-run home run.
And that's kind of when they needed it the most, right? They were in a bit of a deficit in the 7th inning, bottom of 7th. So sounds like it was a clutch hit, and got him back into the game.
Yeah, lifts the spirits a bit. Nicely
done. Cast catch of the week. I saw this up close and personal. Just right behind me was Brandon So. I think he won by a landslide on that one. It was a nice catch, sliding catch in the rain. Greg asked him after the catch, "Hey, did you do that because it was raining? You can get a little more sliding action." He's like, "Of course. Why wouldn't you try?"
It looked like fun.
Yeah, I don't know who hit it, but it was a play where he had to run in pretty hard on it, and
there's who's it? Stoller, he always calls for unnecessary sliding. I think that one was pretty necessary.
It was necessary.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he could have caught it without sliding.
He got all of it. Our next award, the Terra Teammate of the Week, goes to Troy Seymour of the Weekend Warriors, just for his continued dedication to helping us all out behind the bar.
And keep us
feeling good.
Keep us feeling good.
Thanks to Fireball. So thanks again, Troy.
Thanks, Troy, for doing that. Our Baker's blooper this week goes to Zeno Lee of the Weekend Warriors. A little bit of sliding, a little bit of slipping, a little bit of sliding. It's fun to slide out there, but we have to do our best to, sliding can cause some injuries too. And I think it was a slide to second base.
Yep, into second.
I think you saw that one better than I did.
Yeah.
It was looked textbook though, right?
It was a great slide. I mean, honestly, beautiful baseball slide. But again, can't do that.
Was it a call out?
Because of the slide.
Okay.
I mean, he was safe, if we're playing baseball.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Like beat the tag.
For sure. Beautiful slide. Yeah.
The force out or whatever it was.
Did it great.
Just gotta remember not to slide into the bases.
Yep. Our Pelon Defensive Player of the Week goes to an unlikely order of positions. Now, I didn't see this play happen, but it was, I guess, started off by the Good Times shortstop, Jason Greener, throws the ball to first, Peewit, and who then relays the ball back to third base to John Yu for a double play.
Wow.
I don't know if the runner was trying to sneak over at second to try to advance on a throw.
Oh, yeah.
And just John probably put the tag on him.
Yeah. Must have been. I don't remember that play firsthand, but I'm sure it kind of went in that order of operations. Yeah. Maybe you had to tag at third.
Right.
And our last award this week was our Max Player of the Week. This goes to Mr. Adam Aldrin, who's on a tear to start the season for Cholo hits. Really good defense this week, Adam. And on top of that, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. So very well done, Adam, and nicely done. Cool. So now that we've gone over our players of the week, let's look at our photo of the week. And Bates wasn't there, unfortunately. We were all missing him. Not just for his photos, but his great play and great player to have, great conversations. But Bates wasn't there this week, so instead, I've got a photo that comes from Rob, captain of Jaeger Bombers, and it is a photo of
one of my teammates.
One of your teammates' sons.
That's my teammate.
That is, I guess
he's part of the team.
He's wearing the Jaeger Bombers jersey, so
they don't just give those out to anybody.
And this is Tracy's son, Noah, who I believe I asked her, he's 6 months old,
5 or 6 months, somewhere in there.
Old. It's tough to tell when they're that young, but I'm pretty sure she said something like that. So he's got his Jaeger Bombers jersey on, right in front of the Jaeger Bombers flag.
He enjoyed a Jaeger bomb before the game.
Oh God. No, really cute photo. It was fun having him out there. He's been out there 2 consecutive weeks now.
He's been a good boy. He's been into it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what number is he rocking on his jersey? Did you?
Couldn't tell you. Maybe I think Tracy's wearing 2. I think he might be wearing the same. Yeah. Do they even make numbers in that size?
I don't know. I was surprised they made a shirt in that size. Yeah. I didn't know they made kid sizes or infant sizes. That is. So, this is our photo of the week, and look forward to seeing more Bates photos moving forward. All right, so let's start wrapping up the episode. Let's go over our week 2 picks and start tallying those up. If I remember right, Greg, I chose the under on every single game last week, and they all hit the under. And I only got one of my team picks right. I took Breaking Bad, and so that gives me a total of 4 out of 6 points for week 2.
Very good. That sounds like a good week for you.
Decent. Better than my last week.
Yeah, right. I got 2 of the team picks correct from last week's picks and only hit on 1 of the over-unders. So a total of 3 possible points for me. So adding up our week 1 and week 2 totals, where are we?
6 apiece.
6 apiece. We're tied.
So we're both 500. 6 out of 12, each of us.
That's matching my average through 2 games, too. Not great.
All right. But let's continue on with our week 3 picks. Okay. Hopefully, we can both do better than. I mean, one of us is going to surely go 6 for 6, right? One of these weeks.
One of these weeks. That'd be nice.
But one of us might go 0 for 6, too.
There's got to be a penalty for that. Yeah. So up on the board back here, we have the schedule written for next week. You guys can all see. Game 1 is Cholo Hits versus Jaeger Bombers. Again, away team versus home team. Game 2, Good Times versus Alcoholics. And Game 3, Breaking Bat versus Weekend Warriors.
Right on. Good slate of games.
Yeah.
I like those. Those all look like good matchups.
It'll be a fun one. Let's start with the over-under.
The new adjusted over-under.
Right. We're going to figure it out. So we're just taking the averages of total runs scored from week 1 and week 2. Week 1 was high. Week 2 was low.
Week 1's over-under was 28.5. Last week's was 34.5.
Right.
Now where are we at, Greg?
We're settling more towards where week 1 started. So we're going at 30.5.
Because it was so low last week, yeah.
Yeah, really dragged it down.
30.5. That's fair.
I think so.
15 runs a team,
right?
Kind of ish.
16, 15.
You're always going to have your team that's going to score 20, right? But some teams might only score like 10 or 11, or less than that. So
as we saw this past week, right?
Or even single digits.
We saw that also.
Oh yeah, we did. Cool. So game 1, CH at JB.
Before we get into that, it should be noted that as of filming, rain is in the forecast again for Saturday. Unfortunately.
Gosh. Can never catch a break.
No.
Okay, well, I'll start off game 1. I'll just do my pick and my over-under.
Do it.
Okay.
There you go.
That was hard.
A little strong there.
Who am I going to take? I'll just do... Cholo Hits, they're 2-0.
It's the battle of the undefeated versus the defeated right now. 2-0 versus 0-2.
Yeah. I don't know. Cholos look good. I mean, I know we're gonna have to split this one because I know who you're gonna take. So I'm just gonna go CH.
Yep.
And
30.5.
And I'm gonna go under on this.
So there are some. I don't know if it's been confirmed. There's some rumors that Ruben won't be there next week.
Mm-hmm.
They've got such a good team, though.
They have a good team.
I mean, I'm still taking my team, of course. I'm gonna agree with you on the under, though.
All right, that's game 1.
Yep.
Game 2. Good times at Alcoholics. It's a big one. Both teams 1-1. Both teams.
The question is which Alcoholics team shows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
They played pretty well week 1.
Really well.
Week 2 was a little bit more of a struggle.
And they're a little banged up.
Yep.
Hopefully they can come off those injuries and be healthy come Saturday.
Please.
But I'm going to go good times.
Okay.
This week. And I'm going to take the under.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you on the good times pick. I think, again, they're going to be pretty fired up after last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the over, though, just to make it interesting.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Game 3, game that I'll be taking part in. Breaking Bat at Weekend Warriors. I like this matchup. Weekend Warriors, they were really impressive in week 2. They played really well in week 1 too, but week 2, I mean, you could tell their offense was starting to string it together, and then their defense played really well too. So that's going to be a good. Hopefully, it's a close game, and but I gotta take my squad.
Yep.
I think we're starting to settle in as well. I'm gonna go Breaking Bat. And I think this one's gonna have some runs, so I'm gonna go over. They can't all.
You can't all take under again. Let's see. I think neither of you guys are in my division, so this game doesn't really impact my team as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree though. Warriors, they looked good last week, and I picked them last week also. Yeah, to take the win. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to take the under, though.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think the rain might play a factor.
You could. You got a couple unders. Okay. All right, that's our picks for the weeks.
See how we do.
And now that we've gone through the picks, let's get to another interview I did on the field with a true rookie in the league, our very own Adam Oliveris on the Jaeger Bombers. Mm-hmm. Let's get to that. All right, this is our next Athlete Spotlight special. We've got Adam Oliveris here on the Jaeger Bombers. We just played game 2. Adam, how you feeling out there, man?
Feeling pretty good. I had a rough first week out here, but
same.
Yeah, this was definitely my bounce back week. So
yeah,
feeling pretty good. Cut down on the errors, so not too bad.
Yeah, you were hitting good out there. I mean, we got caught up in the rain a little bit, right?
Oh yeah. The rain was tough.
We were both playing shortstop. It's tough to play a shortstop when it's raining like that, right?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. Rob was like, "Hey man, take your time if you need to. Like the ball's slick."
Yeah.
And he wasn't lying. But
you got a baseball background, but I know you're a true rookie in the DSL this season. So
100%.
What made you want to sign up and just kind of be a part of this?
So I found out about this league from my buddy Fred and Ruben, who's currently playing for
Cholos. Yep.
So I've been playing here in Korea for 3 years.
Okay.
So I started playing with Fred back in 2022.
Like military ball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And then so I've been like looking for leagues outside of there.
Yeah.
Like, I like being active. Like, I want to come out here and play.
For sure.
Yeah, they told me about the league. I know y'all hosted
so we've seen you in some like one-day tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, hey, this guy Adam, he's special. Like we want him to play.
Yeah.
And someone was good enough to convince you to finally come out and for a full season, right?
Of course, yeah. So they're like, hey, there's a season running through March through June?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So they're like, hey, yeah, why not? I'll sign up. So,
cool.
Yeah,
and
be out here.
Yeah, man. So you're playing a lot of short. Is that your true position? Do you normally play middle infield?
Yeah. So I usually rotate from short. I play like a little bit of second, a little bit of third. But infield is like my main thing. If they need me in the outfield, I'll go out there too. Like I don't mind. So
there's a nice hit by Green Thumb right here. Okay, so you've played softball in Korea, and I'm assuming you probably played baseball growing up too, right?
Yeah. So I started playing ball when I was 5. I think I got out of it when I was like
early.
13, 14.
Okay.
And then I switched over to football. But,
Okay. Got some football background too.
Yeah. But ever since then,
you're built like a linebacker, buddy, or a running back.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I just try to stay active. So
For sure.
I try to play as many sports as I can. So.
And hopefully we'll have some nice weather as the weeks move on, right?
Yeah,
It's a little bit rainy out there.
Yeah, this rain didn't help anybody.
No one likes to play ball in the rain.
Didn't help us. So.
Yeah. Cool, man. So I guess it's your first time playing in the spring season. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend this league to other people who are kind of looking to play ball, stay active, like you said? Mm-hmm. What do you think about the community?
Oh yeah. So I would definitely recommend this league. Everyone's here like missed it.
There you go.
Yeah. I would 100% recommend this league.
Yeah.
Everyone here is so welcoming.
Yeah.
Like the second I stepped on the field, everyone's just like, "Hey, what's your name?"
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing? Like,
right.
Like, how'd you find out about us?
There you go.
Like everyone's trying to strike up a conversation. Like,
yeah.
I like environments like that. Like everyone's real positive. Like, we're just out here drinking a couple of drinks.
What do you think about the competition level? Because I know you're coming from military ball, right? It might, I'm sure they got some players out there. But I mean, do you think this is a good balance between kind of beer league and competition type softball?
Yeah, definitely. There's some solid players out here. Like Greener, he's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've been playing on his team.
Adam's over there on solo hits. He's like 40 something, but he's still moving he's like 25 or something.
I saw him hit one out in batting practice. Hey, you know what the key of that guy is? Lots of yoga.
Of
course. I think he keeps that body nimble and flexible. And
definitely.
Cool, man. So good luck to the Jaeger Bombers. Thanks for taking the interview. And what do you want to get out of the season? I mean, obviously you want to see your team in the championship, but I mean, what's going to be a successful season for Adam this season?
Honestly, I'm shooting for Rookie of the Year.
Hey, don't call it. Don't call it.
Don't call it. So I am missing like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to training on the military side.
Gotcha.
Once I'm back, I'm fully committed. So, if I can come out with that award, I think that's a win on my part.
Hey, word up. And you're playing a good shortstop. You're a great leader out there, man. Thanks for taking the interview, and best of luck this season, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you good. Okay, glad you got to hear from Adam. Great personality in the league, super chill, super cool guy, and a great talent on the field. And now that we've listened to Adam, I also want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Kevin. Also had a chance to interview him. He's playing for the Weekend Warriors. He played in the fall, but his first time playing in the spring. So here's a word from Kevin Hambley.
Right where we are.
We should wait till Lawson's.
Right where the game's happening is where we are. This is live action.
Okay.
All gas, no brakes.
He's a hitter you should watch out for, so hold on.
I know. So let's roll the camera.
Let's go! It's still rolling.
All right.
Okay. All right, so we've got Kevin Hambley here. He's on Weekend Warriors. Kevin, how you doing today?
Yeah, dude. It's been fun. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that played today.
Yep.
Especially the Weekend Warriors.
So you played the first game. What was the outcome?
I don't want to brag.
But
we won.
You won. A decisive win today, right? I think it was 20-6 or so?
It was good. It was good.
And where were you playing on defense today? Second base? Second base. And Kevin, I know we saw you in the fall. You came back for the spring. Why'd you come back?
It's fun, man. Look at this place. Look at this place. This new field is awesome.
It's a fun time. It's a good time, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm stoked in this field.
And what do you like most about the DSL?
It is fun just being around everybody and having a good time.
The drinks are flowing.
Feels the same way.
You've got a little kid, Ian, running around, and he's able to run around with the other kids, right? It's family friendly.
Yeah, check this out. There's a hella playground back there.
Yep.
And a hella zip line.
Yep.
And then the kids can play. It's fucking hella cool.
Would you recommend this league to anybody else that's maybe skeptical of signing up or has never played softball even before?
I tried, but they're all bitches.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, you come from kind of a musical background, skateboarding, snowboarding.
Yeah,
so this is your first time.
I mean, bro.
You don't have a lot of experience playing softball, but I mean, you look.
Shit.
Oh, you got live action here. Live action. Shalini with a nice hit. Nice job, Shalini. Nice. Okay, so
I almost hit this. I thought it was a vape for a second. I was like,
so you're playing second. how's second base versus the outfield where you normally play?
Oh, second base is fun. Hella action.
More action, right?
Yeah.
You're in on every play.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Can we? So how are the Weekend Warriors doing? I mean, are we going to see you guys in the finals? What can we see out of the Warriors? Moving
for
forward?
sure. We'll be in the finals.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stop us.
No one's going to stop you.
No one's gonna stop us.
Okay. Well,
Can't stop a runaway train.
Kevin, thank you so much for taking the interview, man. Best of luck to you. And this is another athlete spotlight special.
Breaking bad.
All right, and that's basically all for today. I'm trying to get these episodes a little more condensed. Editing takes some work, but Greg and I are getting sharper. Our notes are getting sharper, and we're getting this thing dialed in. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. You can also email us at daegu.diamond.talk@gmail.com. Send us questions. Send us a photo you'd like to look at and talk about, or
any videos you take, right?
Anything.
Anything.
That we
Hate
can
messages.
Throw into the video.
Spam. Sign us up for fake email lists. I don't care.
Haven't gotten one email yet, so
yeah, I want something.
Give us something to look at. And don't forget to do the rain dance before Saturday comes. Let's try and get a Saturday with no rain this week. We've been so unlucky with rain.
Going back to last season, we were getting a lot of rainy Saturdays.
Yeah. So
weather looks gorgeous this week. Besides that,
hopefully, go DSO, go Samsung Lions, go Mariners,
go UConn women's basketball,
go sports.
Go sports. We love sports.
And this is Daegu Diamond Talk out.